Let's have a look at him steering the show as the ruthless Ari Gold in the brilliant Entourage.
We need to rebuild you, all right? We got to start over from scratch. I will decide when the moment is right, and then we will pounce on a greenlit studio picture with an A-list director, because that is what we need. Listen, this is what I do. Let me be heard this time. I swear to God, you will come back stronger than ever. Like Lance Armstrong, but with 2 balls.
Mr. Jeremy Piven, ladies and gentlemen, here he is.
King Jeremy, the wicked. Jeremy spoken as
Very nice.
Great to have you here. I'm thrilled you're on the show.
It's amazing. Well done, gentlemen.
Oh, you see, I see what you're doing now. You're being extra nice to them.
They're insanely talented, and I'm honored to be here.
Yeah, you see that? Well, that's working, isn't it? That's working. Hey, now, what kind of a name is Piven? Where does that come from? Is that a long line of Pivens, or because I've never met a Piven before?
You know, it's actually a Ukrainian name, and it's pronounced Piven, I believe, and it means rooster or singing cock.
No, does it really?
Yeah.
Anyway, how great to have you here. But you're no strangers to the UK. I know that you don't. You're based in the United States, of course.
Yes.
But you worked here for quite a while, didn't you? Way back
Well,
when?
I did Rock and Roller with Guy Ritchie, and I went to the National Theatre and studied Shakespeare.
Wow, when was that?
20 years ago. Wow. Yeah, and it was amazing.
So you were a student? You were a student actor? Or you
I was a student actor, and then we would do Shakespeare all day, and then at night we'd see plays, and it was amazing.
So Entourage, what a great series, and what a great part to have in that. I mean, when that comes knocking, you must know it's going to be a hit. You must be excited when you first get that call.
Well, you know, HBO is an amazing place to work.
Well, they do like the best TV in America for dramas and this kind of thing, and this is kind of a comedy drama, I guess, but that's the place to be, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You get total freedom of language. You can swear. You can touch yourself. It's very exciting. Yeah, no, it really is. And you know, we've been on the air for like 6 seasons now, and you know, I played this incredibly abrasive type A gentleman.
He's not necessarily immediately. He's not an immediately likable character, is he? You know, there's something about him, but you learn to kind of love him during the course of the series.
I hope so, but I keep thinking that I'm going to alienate the audience every single week.
Is he based on a real person? This is what I've been told. There's a real agent who's similar to him?
Well, the whole show is based on Mark Wahlberg and the entourage that kind of swirls around him, and there really is a turtle in drama in E, and there is an Ari. His agent is played by Ari Emanuel. And he's kind of a power agent out there. And his brother is a chief of staff for President Obama.
Wow.
And then his other brother is a brain surgeon. So, yeah, there's some heavy hitters in that family.
That's their high achievers. And so does he know this character's based on him? Is he aware of that? Have you heard his opinion of your portrayal?
He couldn't be more aware. There would actually be no way for him to be more aware of this. We were all sitting around eating, and he said to the waitress, you know, I'm the real Ari. And she said, excuse me, I'm the real Ari. I'm the real Ari. And I said, she doesn't have cable. She thinks you have Tourette's. And because she had no idea what he was talking about.
Can I ask you, we're changing the subject here, but I'm always curious when I meet people like you with a neatly manicured beard. Is it set to a certain length in the morning, or is this a forgetful beard, or is this a deliberate beard?
For the record, that's all he's been thinking about since the moment I sat down.
Well, I didn't expect you to have...
I sat down.
It's quite a big beard. But it's more than a shadow, but it's less than a beard.
Well, I tell you what I did. I dated George Michael for about 12 years.
Now, what do you mean by that exactly?
No. It means that he has a well-manicured situation. As you can see from Entourage, I have to shave every day, as do you. And then when I'm not doing that and I'm not doing another movie, I just let it grow.
Yeah, so you just let it hang out. Hey, fellas, there we got the young fellas in there, JLS. You see that? They have a combined age of 37. That's all that fellas, any of you shave yet?
Yeah, we all shave.
Who shaves the most?
JB doesn't. We all shave.
Aston, you don't shave much.
Yes, I do shave. Listen,
you don't have it stuck on.
This tiny little bit.
Okay, do any of you have to shave every day?
Marvin. Marvin.
He's the only one every day, because the rest can leave it for a day, doesn't notice so much.
Yeah, that's it. I'm the oldest, so, you know.
Would any of you like to develop Jeremy's half-beard effect?
JB's got it.
I'm trying to go that way.
He's trying for it. You got any advice from Jeremy for the young man who wants to go for this look? What would you say?
I think that you have a lot of potential. You're a very virile gentleman. I think you're going to do a fantastic job. I'm proud of every single one of you.
That's a lovely... what a lovely gesture. Well, I can see you're going to make a lot of friends over here.
Yeah, I'm doing what I can.
Okay. Hey, Jeremy, now what's this about you? I read this story, and I believe this is true, but when I read it, please forgive me, I thought, OK, this is one of these stories that's been made up to cover something else that's going on.
Right.
You had to leave a stage production in the United States, I think in New York City.
New York City,
a big role, because you had mercury poisoning.
Yes.
Right, now, normally when we read that kind of thing, you know, you read someone's left a job because of exhaustion or something, you think, OK, well, they're partying too hard, it's their own fault. Mercury poisoning, I thought, I don't know what that's hiding, but it's got to be something bad. But genuinely, you had mercury poisoning.
You know, it's funny because when I went to the doctor and they gave me a blood test and they came up with this, among other things, it sounded like a rich man's disease. It sounded like, you know, the rash you get from the leather seats in your Lamborghini, you know, and then suddenly you just have to leave. I've been lucky enough to work consistently, and I started feeling fatigue when I was doing Rock and Rolla here with Guy Ritchie, and I literally would just kind of start to fall asleep, and I didn't know what was going, like, just in the middle of sentences, I thought I had narcolepsy or something, and it progressed to the point where I was doing this play, and I was in rehearsal, and I could not stay awake. The fatigue was just overwhelming.
So really, it was really, you physically could not keep yourself
I couldn't keep my arms up, and I went to the doctor, and they said, you have the highest level of mercury that we've seen in a human being.
Where does one acquire mercury poisoning? I mean, where did the mercury come from?
I made the mistake of, and don't try this at home, kids, I would snort thermometers. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. I didn't eat chicken or red meat or dairy products for 20 years. I pushed everything aside, and my only source of protein came from fish. So twice a day for 20 years, I ate nothing but fish. I thought I was being really healthy, but you know, anything in moderation, you'll be okay. Yeah. I just overdid it. That was part of the many complications that I had. I ended up kind of with exhaustion in the hospital, and they said, you can't finish the run of your play. So I had to finish it a bit early.
When you had all the mercury inside you, could you tell the temperature of the room? I mean, was there any positive side effect for you?
Yes.
OK, here's the thing. Jeremy's also out, and I watched it last night. They sent me a preview copy of a new film called The Goods. Hilarious. I mean, I just sat there and I watched it on my own. And you know when you watch a movie on your own and you don't know... I'm sitting there laughing out loud. It's a real kind of... It's quite a hardcore comedy.
Yes.
You know, it's pretty extreme. There's some great fun stuff in it, but it's got Will Ferrell in it as well, a fantastic cast, and a great... Just, I loved it from start to finish.
Thank you so much.
How's it done? Has it been out in America? Has it done well? Is it...
It just came out in America, and people are loving it, and I'm insanely proud of it. And I think people here are going to really get it because we kind of poke fun of ourselves.
Yeah, it's very English, but it's, as I said, it's, you know, I thought it was going to be one of these comedies where, you know, at the end they all learn something, but it was brilliant. You know, I loved it. Let's have a look at a clip. This is The Goods. Is out here October 23rd. Look at this.
I don't get it, McDermott, man. You used to be so easygoing.
Yeah, I was. I was easy breezy. And then guess what? I fell out of a plane and hit the ground, and I didn't bounce. But you know what did bounce? My butthole through my face.
Displaced ain't it?
I'm so sorry, McDermott. I need your help, man. I feel so empty.
Don't you get it, Don? This is where all the cars we sell end up. It's not about the cars, it's about the team and finding people you love. That's it.
What do I do?
You know what to do. Get off the road, man. I mean, after 35, it just looks pathetic.
While we're on the subject, you're too old for a Facebook page.
That's The Goods. And I really hadn't heard much about it. I sat there laughing all the way through.
Good, thank you so much, man.
Some very, very funny, very quotable lines. And, of course, with the great Will Ferrell there.
Yes.
And I didn't even know he was in it. They're kind of keeping him small on the posters, but it's a fabulous cameo by him.
Yeah, there's a reason why they pay him large sums of U.S. currency to open his mouth.
He's brilliantly funny.
He is a genius.